Now, of course, there are a ton of legal issues involved here. Among them, 3 Central American asylum seekers are now suing the Trump administration over the zero-tolerance immigration policy after federal agents in Texas separated them from their kids. There are also allegations of abuse in at least one shelter for migrant children. And immigration courts are reportedly so overwhelmed by the sheer number of cases, there aren't enough lawyers or judges to handle it all. Joining me now, criminal defense attorney David Bruno. David, welcome back.
Hello. Always good to be here.
So let's talk a little bit about the president's executive order. What does this do for the situation in the short term before there can be a legislative fix?
Yeah, well, there's a legal dilemma here, and the executive order is saying keep the families together. However, there is a DOJ agreement out of California that says that no minor could actually be held in detention centers. Therefore, what do? We can't put the families in detention centers. If we're going to keep them together, then they have to be released. So what the DOJ did today is they're trying to amend that order. They went to the federal court. They're asking for a change of circumstances based on this executive order and the sheer numbers here to allow the families to stay together in the detention centers.
All right, so I think it was fair to criticize.
I can't hear you, Kennedy.
Okay, well, I'll talk louder then. I'm good at that. Can you hear me now? How about now? It's like a Sprint commercial. Okay, I'm just going to keep talking until you can hear me. Actually, you know what? I've changed my mind. I'm fickle. It's Fickle Thursday. I'm going to talk to the panel. Let's talk once again to criminal defense attorney David Bruno. Back in action. The earpiece is working.
The beauty of live television.
It is beautiful, baby. So is math and pain. So let's talk a little bit about some of the legal woes that might fall before this president with the executive order and the ensuing action and lawsuits. What does he do now?
Yeah, well, they need this amendment. Like I was saying, they filed a complaint today.
The Department of Justice did in the California case, the 1997 California case. Which
it needs the restriction on having the minors in the jails or the facilities needs to change if you're going to keep them together. If it doesn't change, they are just going to have to release everybody that comes over. And that's the other alternative, and I'm sure some people actually want that too.
I understand that, and I understand there are a lot of people saying that a majority of the people who come to this country are well-intentioned. They are escaping really bad parts of the world where they have no opportunity and their lives are threatened, and they want a better way of life and they want to work. The government has not come up with a sufficient plan for vetting people and separating those who want to work and make this world a better place and those who want to harm people and squash their freedom. So how can they fix that chasm?
Well, it's being brought to the attention of everyone, and they have to fix it. They have to fix the conditions, which you just talked about before, but also get back to the asylum process. There is a process that they have to follow, and they have to follow it. They can't come over illegally. They have to demand asylum. There's a review. There's a district court judge that has to make a decision. So more attention to the process. The conditions certainly have to improve as well.
All right, David, thank you so much for your time. Sorry about the technical difficulties. We know that you'll be back in action for the full block very soon.
You bet.
All right, thanks, man.